Welcome back, scholars. In this video, we're going to go over the math class. You should be excited if you like math. The math class will be really useful for making mathematical calculations. We're going to use the math class for its methods. And there's a lot of static methods that the math class has. Now, the static methods, don't worry about what that is right now. Basically, for static method, it basically means you don't have to create an object in order to access the method or use the method. You can use it without having to create an object. So that's just basically it, but you don't have to worry about what it is right now. Let's just think about what they are. So we'll talk about the first method we'll talk about, which is absolute value method. So the absolute value method. And I like to think about this as the following. When you go to the gym and you work out a whole lot, you get abs. And so that's why it's ABS. That's the short form when you essentially use this method. You can think about it like that if you want to. This method is very simple. If you know what the absolute value is, that is, it just returns the absolute value of a number. So the absolute value of a number, just to show you what it is basically, it shows you like the distance from the origin. So for example, if I have -5, the absolute value, these are the absolute value bars. These bars are absolute value bars, and you're trying to find the absolute value of -5. The distance from the origin to -5 on the number line is 5. And that's what it is. Some people just think about it as making it positive, but I like to think about it like this. It's a little bit more, makes a little bit more sense. I won't be going over like an example because it's super simple. I just kind of already went over one. So we'll go over to the code and we'll do it there.
All right, so the first thing we actually need to do is import. So import Java. So above the main method, we have to import java.lang.math. So import java.lang.math. And what basically import does is it gives us access to the methods of Java. Or I mean the math class in this case. So now we're going to test out the absolute value method. So what we're going to simply do here is we're just going to print out the absolute value of a certain number. So we can use system.out.println. And let's just do mad.abs, just like how Pranav referred to it earlier. So mad.abs, we're going to say -2. So what the argument makes us pass in is basically the number which we want to take the absolute value of. So we're taking the absolute value of -2 in this case. And what this output is supposed to be 2, because finding a distance from -2 in this case to 0. And that's basically the simple idea behind mad.abs. It's actually pretty easy to use. All right, so now we're going to run this in our compiler. So now it should print out the output of absolute value of -2, which is 2 in this case. So that's basically what mad.absolute does simply. And that was pretty much it for mad.abs. Thanks.